Hello.
Hi there, this is Brian Perry and Julie Perry from Perry Home Solutions. This is our Fishbowl, which happens on a regular basis. And we are here with a special guest whom we will not name that will be asking us these randomized questions that we do not know ahead of time. Right,
That is
Julie?
correct.
Anyway, special guest, what are the questions that you'd like to ask us?
The first one is, should I order a home inspection prior to listing my home as
Oh,
a
there
seller?
you go. Okay, so that's a curveball right there.
Ooh.
So my thoughts on that are that it is not a bad idea. I think it kind of depends on your circumstances.
With the condition of the home, how well you know your own home, like if it's something maybe you inherited versus you've lived there for 20 years and you know every single square inch of it.
Yeah,
Things
like I
like
mean,
that.
if you've just rehabilitated your entire home, then maybe it's not necessary because you've literally addressed virtually everything in the house. But if it's an older home and you don't really know, it can be good to do that. Now,
There's
There-
a guarantee, right, that they're just still you're gonna
No,
say?
no, my brain was blank. There was nothing
So
there.
that was a blank stare.
Yeah, there was nothing. Yeah, go please.
I was gonna say that doesn't mean because every inspector could find something else. So you can hire an inspector today, and then the buyer could hire an inspector 2 months from now, and they might find different things. So not necessarily a guarantee that once you take care of those items that you find, that then you're gonna get,
Well, that's
100%.
kind of the challenge because, like, okay, if you do the inspection, which I do recommend, it is a good idea in many cases, not in every case, but in many cases. But it really, I mean, and the only reason it would really make a lot of sense, I think, is if you were actually willing to address the items on there.
Right.
So you'd have to sort of have that perspective going in. But it is nice to be able to show a buyer a clean inspection. To be able to say, hey, listen, I did the inspection, they found these items, I've already addressed them, and that could be a big benefit in the initial offer phase, the negotiating process, the inspection phase for the buyer, and everything else. So, not a bad idea. It depends on the circumstances. This is something that I would give advice on a case-by-case basis.
I agree.
Because again, if your house is magnificent and you are extremely confident in all of its condition and everything, I don't know, maybe in some cases it wouldn't make sense. But in an average home out there and everything, it might make a lot of sense. And it might be good to know what kind of issues might pop up just in case, because sometimes they can kind of catch you a little off guard,
Yes, like polybutylene pipe.
Yeah, we don't
That'll
want.
be a big one.
I don't want to
that
talk
you
about that.
may wanna know.
I don't want to talk about that. That'll be another one. If everybody has a question about polybutylene plumbing, send that in. We'll answer that.
The next question is, at which point during the contract process do you have a solid deal?
That's a toughie.
Okay.
Well, you were on the processing side of our stuff a lot, so I'd like to hear your opinion on
Right.
this, Julie.
I think realistically, there's never 100%, because until everybody's signed and money has transfer hands, there's no done deal, right?
Yeah.
I think it just gets better with time, and as you progress through the steps and certain milestones are completed, then it becomes more solid, I guess would be a way to say that.
Repeat the question again.
It was, at which point during the contract process do you have a solid deal?
Yeah, like Julie's saying, that's tricky. Solid. Well, for one thing, solid's a relative term,
Right.
but like there's a couple of key elements, right? And
Keep milestones.
yeah, so there's the inspection period, which is the earliest part. That's definitely one of the shakier times. So once that inspection period is over, then things become significantly more solid. And then if there's a mortgage and financing, then when we negotiate, oftentimes part of our negotiating strategy to protect our clients is we'll cap off the period of time in which the buyer is entitled to
Go through the process of the loan approval.
go through the financing process. Because the key with the financing process is that is an area where the buyer, if they're denied their financing, can get out of the contract and probably get all their deposit back. So one of our strategies is to limit that so we're protecting our clients, and if there's an issue, we'll know it well in advance of closing.
Yes.
And so after that period, and after the appraisal has occurred, and we've gone through that finance period, that's when I feel a little bit more comfortable looking a seller in the eye and saying, listen, this is pretty darn solid at this point.
You can start backing.
Yeah. Now, again, as Julie said, she's 100% right. Nothing's 100%. I mean, you could get through everything, and there are curveballs that come at you in real estate that you'll never expect. And but definitely the inspection and the finance contingency period are certainly the major areas that you want to pay attention to.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Next question.
fun fact would be
Good.
a true or false question.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Which is
Julie's so competitive, so these are dangerous.
is the Mall of America owned by an African company?
By an African company?
God, that's so far-fetched that I want to guess it's true. Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
I have to say true, because how could I even?
African company. The Mall of America.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say true because it's
Sure.
just so far out there.
I'm gonna go with true too because she said true, and I don't want to
It's
be wrong.
actually false. It's Canadian. It's a Canadian company.
That was a good one. You got it. You got it.
I thought
Okay.
So wait a minute. A building that has the name America in it is not owned by an American company?
That's correct. Yeah. I just want to go on record that
That's
we're
interesting.
even because we both lost.
Thank
No.
you.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining us for this fishbowl. Bye.